It's so interesting that you said you grew your hair to waist length, but what you noticed, it just wasn't healthy. Um,
Yeah.
and so you felt like you needed to start over. Like, looking back, is there
Mhm.
anything that you can attribute to the lack of health in your hair to, at that time?
Absolutely. Because I was using products such as Shea Moisture, and because I'm no longer using Shea Moisture, I've started to notice that the problems were coming from the products. Now that I've been on both sides, I
Mhm.
know what was contributing to the downfall of the health of my hair. I noticed that it wasn't just that my hair was dry, it was the fact that it felt brittle. And I knew that my natural hair didn't naturally feel that way. So I attributed it to the products because I was retaining quite a bit of length, but there were patches all over my hair. It was very uneven. I just wasn't able to keep it moisturized or keep it strong. So I honestly, hand on heart, believe it was the products that I was using.
Speak like you love yourself. Think like you love yourself. Eat like you love yourself. And care for your natural hair like you love yourself.
So I want to welcome you all to Holistic Hair Conversations, where we discuss all things holistic natural hair care and holistic natural lifestyle. I would love to introduce you all to Miss Selena of Mindfully Rooted. Please tell us a little bit about yourself, lady.
Well, as you said, my name is Selena, and I am a full-time content creator here on YouTube, and I create content in relation to holistic hair care and try to really do my best in raising awareness with regards to unhealthy, synthetic, and toxic products that seem to be aimed towards our community. So I really try my best to raise awareness there, as well as helping other women with type 4 natural hair to have a holistic, more natural and healthy hair care regimen. So yeah, that's me. I'm from the UK, married with 2 children, and yeah, that's about it. So I can think of at the moment.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Any, like, what differences have you noticed in your hair and your health when using like more holistic, all natural products versus the synthetic products? Like, what differences have you noticed?
Okay, so I'll start with the scalp. So, as I said to you previously, I used to suffer with quite a lot of scalp issues. And there was even a time where I began to feel as though they were normal. It was just a part of life to have scalp issues, to have an itchy scalp and to be doing all the patting. And that's just normal. Everyone does it, and that's normal. So, that's what I used to think. So what I noticed once I got rid of all of those products and started to use natural hair oils on my scalp, organic hair oils on my scalp, I started to realize that I was no longer suffering with itchy scalp and dandruff, and the bald spots were starting to fill back out with hair. And I hadn't seen hair in certain spots for years, and all of a sudden hair's growing healthily again. So that's when I really did attribute my scalp issues to the products, because it just dawned on me one time that, hang on a minute, when I'm putting these products on my hair, they are easily being transferred to my scalp.
Yes.
And all of these different ingredients, and then like what I learned from you with the perfume, and perfume containing hundreds of other ingredients just within that one ingredient. Well, it's not even one, it's hundreds.
Mhm.
What is this doing to my scalp? And am I absorbing this into the bloodstream? And a lot of questions were just popping up into my head. And because I didn't have the answer to those questions, I thought, I'm not going to take the risk. I'm just going to swap them all out for my healthy, organic, and natural ingredients, because I'm noticing the difference on my scalp. Now, when it came to my hair, I noticed that my hair was now finally starting to retain moisture. There was no more brittleness. My hair hasn't been brittle since I used those products. And now that I'm using like my shea butter, mango butter, sometimes cocoa butter, and different oils, now that I'm using these, my hair feels soft
Mhm.
all the time. all the time. So it was a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and that's what I try to make women understand. I don't care what type of hair we're talking about. 4C, 4Z, 4, AB3.
Yeah.
Your hair is properly balanced and hydrated,
Yes.
it will feel soft.
Yeah.
Without a lick of product.
Mm-hmm.
It will feel soft. Now,
Yes.
those of us who are, have more kinks to our texture, it'll feel like, cotton. You'll be able to feel the kink, but it won't feel.
Yeah.
It won't feel dry. It'll feel nice and spongy and soft.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
Hair is not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
No product on it. You have some issues in your regimen to work out, because
absolutely,
it's not about the type of hair.
Mm-hmm.
About how the hair is being cared for in the texture levels and the health of the cuticle. And
absolutely,
these products are just slowly breaking the hair down.
That's right, slowly. Yeah.
Every time you use it, it's just taking a bit more away. And
so
what I find is that those of us who are like all natural, of course, the hair is going to thrive and flourish. If you're a combination, then it's going to do well depending on your ratios of, natural to synthetic.
It makes sense.
Synthetic.
Yeah.
It's a wreck. This does not go well,
Absolutely.
So you got to figure out where you want to be with it. But I'm glad that you notice that your scalp is doing better, your hair is doing better. Are there any maybe health concerns or anything, or things that you may have noticed, rashes or even headaches or anything that were going on that don't happen anymore?
Yes, I used to get headaches quite often. And again, I just thought that this is just me. This is just normal. This is, just a part of my life now. And I didn't really clock onto the fact that it was the products at the time. It wasn't until I stopped using them. I think that's what it is. Stopping using them is what's made me realize the issues that they were causing. When you're using them, you don't realize, or I didn't realize, the issues that they were actually causing. I just thought, oh, that's normal. Everybody else is going through that. It's just one of those things. But when you step back, when you step away from these things, your body lets you know that's what the problem was. It was that there, because the headache stopped after about a couple of weeks of only using natural ingredients. That's when I started noticing I don't get headaches anymore. So that actually scared me, because that was a real health concern. And it just really scares me that, some of these products can cause things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't even know what you made me ask that question. I mean, because I know what's possible, right? But I was just like, let me ask if, you're experiencing anything outside of the hair, because it is the products can be a common culprit. And the synthetic fragrance. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I have lived my life for so many years without synthetic fragrance. Even the products that I would use in the salon had to have essential oils as the aroma. Otherwise, I could not buy them. So it's been so many years that I don't have synthetic fragrance in my life. That anytime I walk into a space where it's highly concentrated, and that includes someone who has cologne and perfume on, but it just way too much.
Yeah.
The head is whoop,
yes.
It's whoop,
me too.
I know that this is here. It isn't normally here, and my nervous system does not like it.
Yeah, nor mine.
No.
Yeah.
And that didn't, you're used to it. You get used to it, and so it's normal until your toxin load is too much with it, and then the headaches, you start to hey, something's not right here. But I cannot be around it, and then if I'm around it, for too long, if it's just too high concentration, my nervous system like, girl, get out of here. We don't like this.
Exactly. Yes. I'm exactly the same. Exactly the same. If someone's wearing a perfume that's just it triggers my sinuses straight away. And I'm such a firm believer in that your body communicates to you and it actually lets you know something's wrong. It's just whether we choose to listen to that and do something about it or just ignore it. And so, yeah, I tend to really listen to my body when something doesn't feel right. If I'm smelling certain smells, the alarm bells just go off, and I'm just like, no, I'm not going to be around this.
Yeah, like even like, you know, those plugins.
Yeah, I don't do them.
It's crazy. They have the plugins. I immediately start pulling them from the wall because I'm like, I'm not going to be able to make it in this space. Like, and then on top of the fact that you just know when you know what these things are, oh my God, the air is not. But I have to unplug them because, like, I already know it's going to give me a headache if I don't.
Yeah, a headache. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, moving on. So, like, prior to this conversation, I sent you a copy of my ebook.
Oh, yes.
Called Natural Hair, Natural Life.
Mm-hmm.
Your guide to flawless natural hair care and non-toxic natural hair products.
Loved it.
I would love to know, like, what was your biggest takeaway from the ebook?
Wow, there was so much. There was so much. Let me just say this first. That is my new hair care Bible. So, you know, I've got my natural hair planner, and then I've got my Bible underneath that. They work hand in hand now. So, yeah, there was a few takeaways, and one of the things that you touched upon, which I was just like, yes, finally someone's saying this, was the detangling weekly and using a comb, because I used to be totally against it because everybody on my feed was saying, no, finger detangle, which I was fine with initially. But then I noticed that as my hair was getting fuller and all of the follicles have been stimulated, so I'm growing healthy new hair everywhere, there's a lot of hair at the roots now. And I was noticing that the finger detangling just wasn't cutting it for me. So when I read that section about detangling weekly, that meant a lot to me because I realized that the shed hair's coming out and it's staying in there and it's causing single strand knots, it's causing matting, it's causing my hair to start locking. And I thought, no, it's doing more harm than good. So I just started going in with the comb. I felt guilty at first, thinking, what am I doing with this comb? Thought, no, I'm going in with it. And ever since I started thoroughly detangling my hair on a weekly basis, I hardly get any single strand knots. My wash days a lot quicker as well because I'm able to detangle a lot easier because I'm doing it more regularly. Yes. So yeah, that was it was lovely to read that bit.
Yes, I'm glad that helped you.
Yes,
we gotta stay on top of it.
And the ingredients of concern as well, that was so detailed. I just found that super insightful. And even though I only now use natural ingredients, it's so good to still have that in my arsenal because there are still other products that sometimes I can't get that are natural. And I'm just quick to look on the ingredients list at the back. So now that I have your section with the ingredients of concern, I'm able to just refer back to that. And then I can make an informed decision as to whether I want to buy the product or not. So it's super helpful. Absolutely amazing. I absolutely love the ebook.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Yeah, like, hey, I was hoping that it would help. You know, it would be illuminating for people who read it. And overall, that has been the consensus, right? The only feedback would be like, can you give us more? Could you expand just a little bit more? Which is why, like, now in the current volume, we have a whole section on DIYs that, you know, in the previous volume, they were just kind of sprinkled throughout the book for certain things, but now it's like, let me gather them all here in this one section so that if you never wanted to buy a store-bought product ever again, you don't have to.
You don't have to. It's amazing for that. And what I love about it as well is that even though I know now that I'm on the right path with holistic health hair care. Reading your ebook has reaffirmed that. It's like it goes hand in hand with what I'm doing anyway. So what you speak of in the ebook is the absolute truth, because I'm a living testament to that. So that's what I really loved about the ebook as well. It just reaffirmed that I'm absolutely on the right path with this holistic hair health.
Well, yeah, you definitely are. Like, I feel like anything that supports our highest health is the best path. You know,
Yes.
it can take some of us a while to get there. But I feel like for those of us who are spiritual, and even those of us who may be religious, when you put it in the perspective of what your creator wants for you, really believe your creator wants you down here on earth self-harming.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
self-harming,
when you have the consciousness to know that, okay, this isn't good for me. This isn't good for me.
That's
but I love God, and I'm living to honor my relationship with the Creator. But
absolutely.
I'm consciously self-harming and destroying the vessel that I've been given to do this earthly life walk.
That's it.
Like, I don't know how many of us think of it like that, but I had to set myself down and, have like reflections. Like,
yes, me too.
What are you doing?
Yeah, me too.
That's where I have to go with it now. It's like, okay, know better, not doing better. Why is that?
That's right, exactly. Oh gosh,
So I don't probably have to ask you this, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Would you recommend the ebook to others?
Oh, 100%, 100%. And when I do my natural hair content, I've been off YouTube for a few weeks, but when I get back onto my YouTube path, which will be this Sunday actually, but whenever I'm doing natural hair content, your ebook will most definitely be linked in the description, because I feel as though we need to reach as many people as possible. And it's okay me showing my results and talking about my experience, but what I say is backed up by your ebook. So that's why I'm going to be linking it in the description for other people to check out, and I will be promoting it from the mountains, because I feel as though every Black woman needs to read this. It's super important. And sometimes I think to myself, I shouldn't have to care about your hair more than you care about your hair and your health. But I'm here to spread awareness the best that I can. And so I will absolutely be promoting the ebook, because I stand by it. As I said, I'm a living testament to what you've described in the book. Like, I was reading, I was thinking, oh gosh, that's me. So I really believe in that ebook, and so I will be promoting it hands down to as many people as possible.
Well, you know what? I am so thankful to hear you say that.
Absolutely.
Because I retired from the chair, and without even any plans or of writing anything that, but as time went on, and I had, clients, former clients reaching out, asking questions about certain things, or just even new people who just missed the memo that I am no longer behind. Wanting appointments, it's like, what can I do to give the people everything that they need to know on how to best care their hair, but make it simple, right?
Yeah.
Make it comprehensive, but make it simple, so that they can just jump in and get started. Unless they're having, like hair loss issues, or like, color things or whatever, those things will require a consultation. But this book, is great for the beginner natural all the way to the experienced natural that wants to have better results, right? That just wants to like see their hair at its best and its highest. And I'm like, okay, I need to do something, because I can't keep answering the same question, over and over and over again. Like, I have no plans to return to the chair. So let me offer something that, you know, you can have and refer to. And so it started as one way, and now we're like 3 volumes later. And, you know, it is fantastic now.
Yes, it's incredible. It's incredible, and it's just easy to digest as well. Like, so easy to understand, even for a beginner. So that's another thing that I love about it as well. It's just super insightful. I will always have it just right there with my natural hair planner.
Yes, fantastic. Well, thank you so much again for the support and for being here.
Thank you.
You know, we definitely need to collaborate and amplify each other's messages, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is how we create community, even though we may be oceans apart. We have the internet, we have the phone, you know what I'm saying? We have our work to connect us. And eventually, you know, we may have a retreat somewhere, or, you know, actually get to, you know,
that would be incredible. Yeah.
But yeah, this is how we create community. You know, we don't have to always be in the same location to support each other.
That's right. Absolutely.
Grateful that you see the value and that we're on the same page and that we do this together. Now, I want to shift gears a little bit, because I know you said you've had like a few natural hair journeys, but did you notice like an increase in the people around you wearing their natural hair once you started confidently wearing yours?
Oh, absolutely. And I have to say that this is another reason why it's been one of the best decisions for me to embrace my natural hair and to just wear it in its natural form, because it's the younger generation for me. So members in my family, so my nieces, like I said, my daughter, my younger sister who's really young, all of them have their natural hair, and I haven't heard not one of them talking about relaxers. They barely wear extensions. Like, my daughter doesn't even wear extensions anymore. She just has her hair in twists, or she'll have it out. And so it's really nice to see the generation coming up, not relying on extensions or, you know, relaxers, and they're all just rocking their natural hair, all of them, everybody. So I feel as though I may have impacted them a little bit, because I watched the videos as well. So yes, it's really good. I'm just really glad that I was able to make a difference for them as well.
And you're right on it. Like, once we show up and are confident in what we're doing, you know, the people around us, you know, it kind of sparks something in them most of the time. And they may not even say nothing. They'll just slowly start shifting, making the change. Like, the same thing. Similar thing happened in my family. And so when I look around at my nieces, like, all of them know how to do a whole lot of something to their own hair. Like, even braid, like, they even own the extensions and stuff. Like, they know how to do that now, you know, and of course I gave them little tips and tricks. But most of the time they're wearing their own hair, but they can take care of their own hair. Well, they know what products to, like, stay away from, all this stuff. You know, my daughter, she definitely has been on her natural hair journey with me. So, like, when I big chopped in 2011, she did too. And so
that's beautiful.
Never went back. And so it is beautiful to see. And then, of course, you know, even the elders too, right? You know, even they just slowly started shifting, asking questions, you know, doing things. And then, of course, you know, I had, you know, client bases, but once you stand confidently in what it is that you're doing, and they see the beauty, how you are in it, it inspires them.
It does, and it does inspire. It's even like what you were saying, even with the older generation. I totally forgot, even my mum, because my mum's always been natural, but she's always kept her hair short. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, she said, I'm ready to grow my natural hair now. I'm actually ready to grow some length. I was like, it don't have anything to do with that, Mum. And she, whatever. Well, that's my decision. She doesn't want to give me the props. That's all it is. Well, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so we know what it is. We know what time it is.
We know what it is.
Now, do you believe that long hair is synonymous with femininity?
I don't. I really don't. I think back in the day, I think I did when I was a kid. Then I used to believe that because I just used to, when I used to go to school, and I'm talking a long, long time ago, and my school was predominantly whites and Asians, a few black people here and there, but it was whites and Asians, and they all had like really long hair. And so I used to just think, oh, that's so beautiful. And I just felt like this, I don't know, I just didn't feel comfortable with my hair being the way that it was. And it took me a while to just grow out of that mentality. And so it was basically my environment that I was in why I believed that. But then as I got older, I realized actually this is not the case. I've seen some beautiful women with really short hair. And even myself as well, when I shaved off my hair, I felt so feminine and just so powerful with my hair. Just, I preferred my hair short in comparison to when I was wearing long straight weave. Like, I felt more feminine in that shaved haired look in comparison to the straight long weave. So no, I don't believe that. No.
I'm happy to hear that, because it definitely is not. You are the beauty. Your energy is the beauty. Your energy is the beauty. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And so hair, long, short, bald, whatever. If you show up, with the energy, the energetics of femininity and beauty, then that's what it is.
That's what, exactly.
Oh, you can say that because you have long hair. Honey, I have shaved this at least 4 times in my lifetime.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've been messing around in my hair since I was in high school. Probably.
Oh my gosh.
That. And so, I had done all of the don't do's, the relaxing color on the same day, girl, a long patch. It just felt clean from the scalp. And I was just, what? I have done so many things to my hair. And so when I'm over it and I want to shave it off, then it's gone. And then, we'll just start over. And so, of course, now. But listen, I'm not just telling you to do something. I actually live this life.
You've lived it, yeah.
Want to cut it. It will grow back. And it'll grow back healthier if you've learned some things along the way. So don't.
Absolutely.
Don't
that right.
But if you don't have it, take care of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If you're gonna have it, take care of it. But if you don't have a bandwidth, you can let it go.
Yeah, let it go. Let it go. 100%. Absolutely.
So moving into self-love and affirmation, what's one positive quote or personal mantra that you tell yourself to keep the self-love flowing?
Wow, it's funny that earlier you mentioned something, and I'm going to say it now, and you'll probably remember that you actually said it. But this is crazy to me because I've actually been working on doing a series for my YouTube channel where I'm going to be showing others how to create a healthy, holistic hair care regimen. So I said to my husband, what can I call it? Because I'm just out of ideas. I don't know what to call it. And he said, naturally natural. And you actually said this earlier. You were talking about something else and you said naturally natural. And now I know I've definitely got to call it that, naturally natural. And when he said it, it actually meant a lot to me, because I then thought of, natural hair deserves natural care. So that's my favorite now. So that's what I'm calling my series, and that's my new favorite slogan. Natural hair deserves natural care.
I love that. And it absolutely does. This is what's aligned. This is what, it's made for us,
It's made for us. Exactly.
The hair is natural. Why would we not use all natural things on it?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Who started this mess? No.
Me. Tell me. I need to know who started
this mess. And I know it's just, convenience, right? The world is in a place. Everything is about convenience, and it's fast. And there's very little consideration by the profiteers of all this convenience for
Absolutely.
and how it's impacting the people who purchase it. How is it impacting the planet? And so
Yes.
we have to, as conscious consumers, consider it's like, okay, well, this is convenient, but is this really for the best interest of my health?
Exactly. Exactly. Nothing good comes from convenience a lot of the times, even down to just our general health. Like if I'm not very well and I need to lose weight, I don't want to take a pill for that. I want to really put in the time and effort to lose weight in a healthy way. And it's the same with my hair as well. I'm fine not having a quick fix. I'm fine spending 3 minutes just putting some herbs into a cup and putting some warm water on it. I'm okay to take those 3 minutes because it's benefiting the health of my hair and my scalp. So yeah, convenience. I'm not really, because I understand the importance of putting in the time and the effort if you really want to reap the benefits and the rewards of something.
Yes, the time and the effort. And can we just like segue just a little bit into how less costly it is to do the art? Like, you buy your oil, you buy your butter, you buy your peppers, the teas you probably, the herbs you probably already use for cooking and drinking, tea. Like, it's not even expensive to do everything. The most cost is just going to be your time.
That's it. It's just the time.
Preparing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, honey, please. I spend so much money.
Me too. Honestly, it's the cost of a cup of tea. Like it's so inexpensive, and it's just crazy to me that we are giving our hard-earned money to these big manufacturing companies who are making billions off of us. And we really don't need to be spending all of that money on their products that aren't doing us any good anyway. Correct. So, yeah.
Like there may be some that do like a smidgen of
yeah. Not much.
But when you in the context of like they've taken the natural substances that are doing all of the work and then putting this toxic base to dilute it, so that they can make more money on it because it's shelf stable and it doesn't have the concentration of the ingredients that are doing all the work.
Yeah.
I'd just rather have.
Just go straight to the source. I know.
So properties out. Like, I'll just rather do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Cut out the middleman and just get the ingredients that they've put in their products that actually, that's doing all the hard work, the shea butter, the rosemary. Just get the raw ingredients and just spend a couple of minutes and create your own. I don't need to be spending my money on all the other toxic ingredients that they're putting in there. They can keep that, and I'll just go out into my garden or I'll go to the supermarket and get some herbs and just create my own.
Yeah. Hey, it is definitely a way to get back in touch with nature, get back in alignment with nature.
Absolutely.
And if you're someone who is in a space where you're considering your ancestral practices or even trying to, learn what they were, allow yourself to be drawn to it,
Yeah.
So, I love that. So what like holistic hair or lifestyle practices are like a regular part of your life today?
Wow. Well, when it comes to my hair care, the amount of herbs that I own is actually becoming a little bit ridiculous, maybe a bit obsessive, I don't know. But I have them all, from henna, cassia, brahmi, bringraj, aloe, ashwagandha, you name it, I have it and I use it. I use them all for, on different occasions, but I literally have no more space for herbs in my house. I've taken over all the cupboards. So yeah, that's when it comes to my hair, I literally own all of the herbs because I like to just make all of my own recipes, and because they're working, I always invest in herbs and plants as well. Like my husband bought me a rosemary plant the other day. I'm growing lavender myself and rose as well. I love using roses on my hair. Yeah. So yeah, just things like that really.
That's awesome. And yeah, like the good thing, I mean, the powders, the herbs, like they're dry. They're good for several years.
Yeah, for years. Yeah.
No preservatives. You know, so it doesn't have to be that way. It's just the way of beings who just don't care.
Yeah,
the being or the planet. Are there like lifestyle practices? Are we doing like any fitness things that you would consider that are supportive of your overall?
Absolutely. So I'm plant-based, so I only eat vegetables, and I don't eat meat, fish or dairy, and I've been this way for 6 years now, coming on 7 years now. So that's one thing that I do very regularly. Me and my husband, we're both plant-based, and we always try our best to keep fit. We're in the gym quite often. I've put on a bit of weight at the moment because I haven't been able to go to the gym, but I'm back on it on Saturday, thank goodness. But so we're enjoying a plant-based lifestyle. But not only that as well, because I always say I'm on a journey. I'm not quite exactly where I want to be. So I started off with the hair products and using natural ingredients. And then I thought, okay, what can I use as a replacement for my shower gel? And so I switched to an organic and natural salt bar that I use as a shower gel in replacement of my shower gel. And then things like fluoride-free toothpaste, all natural deodorant, all natural face wash, all natural feminine hygiene products. And it's actually a video that I'm going to be making soon about all the different natural products that I've decided to use instead of all the synthetic ones, because doing all of this for my hair and using all these natural ingredients on my hair, that made my eyes open to all the other things that I was using that weren't natural and that were causing me harm and irritation on my skin. So down to my skin moisturizer, my face cream, it's all natural. I make a lot of the things myself. And so, it wasn't just about the hair. It's also about the lifestyle and the products that I'm using on a day-to-day. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
And it's a progression, right? Like
progression.
We start at one place, and then as our, knowledge of, how harmful the things are, and our increase in how much we're caring for ourselves grows.
Grows.
Let me expand this into other areas of life. And so you guys are all over it. I do want to know though, was it challenging to get your family on board with the plant-based eating?
It was initially. What happened was I went plant-based, and I was saying to my husband, come on, just do it with me. And he was like, no, because I train too hard at the gym. I lift heavy weights. I'm not going to be able to survive on plants. So I just decided, you know what? I'm not going to try to convince anybody. I'm going to live the lifestyle. Others will see the benefits, and then they will make their own decision to jump on board, or they won't jump on board. So that's what I did. I started living the lifestyle. So my husband would come back from work and he'd be like, what's that you're cooking up? I'm like, well, that's for me. That's for me. Your meat's in the fridge. And then he was like, no, actually, I want to try what you're having. So he ate it, and then he realized that it was very satiating, and he didn't feel like snacking afterwards because it was satiated. And he was sold immediately after that. And then he realized that, well, actually, he's actually stronger in the gym now. And same with me, I'm stronger than I've ever been ever since I switched to being plant-based. And then my daughter jumped on board, and she decided to become plant-based, but then she fell off it. But my son, he's a hardcore carnivore. I cannot get him to eat any type of vegetables. But I accept people for where they're at on their journey. I don't ever try to force it on anyone. I live the life, and then others see what I'm going through. And at some point, I'm sure they'll probably end up jumping on board.
At some point, especially when, if stuff starts happening with their health, their energy, then they like, I need to do something, right? But
yeah.
that's great. You just say, well, you know what, I'm not going to try to convince you. I'm just going to do it,
I'm just gonna do it.
and
Yeah,
you'll see or you won't see. And
yeah.
that's fantastic. Like it's
Yeah,
same for me. Like
yeah.
what I'm doing, and
Mhm.
awesome. Here you go. Mhm.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
because everything that I cook is
Mhm.
plant-based food, you know,
Okay.
when I'm cooking, then that's it. That's what you get.
Yeah.
You know, if you
I love that.
I'll say,
Oh,
or prepare it or whatever you're gonna do. And so it
yeah,
kind of encourages the folks to just eat more plant-based if they want to eat what I'm cooking instead of like
that's it.
this.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
It's all enjoyable and they're loving it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Better, you know, health is improving, all types of
Good.
benefits just because, you
Mhm.
know, they're eating more plants and not,
Good.
it's, you know, things are shifting
Yeah.
in the positive
Yes.
direction.
In the
So
right
are there
direction.
any like holistic practices that you don't currently incorporate, but you're thinking about incorporating in the future? Anything else,
Um,
health and
I would
wellness?
yes, I would say I'm currently looking into natural makeup. I found a brand that sells all natural makeup, but it's
Mhm.
just finding the right ones for my skin tone. So I'm currently sort of experimenting with that because I don't wear makeup very often. It's usually just for the camera when I'm doing a YouTube video. I really don't, other than that, I don't wear makeup very often. But I'd like to be able to have a more natural alternative. So I'm currently working on that. That's of interest to me at the moment because I know that I'm going to be able to find some replacements for the makeup that I'm using.
Absolutely. Like I love that
Mhm.
because for those of us who like to wear a little makeup,
Mm.
it'd be great to have some truly
Mm.
natural brands or just, you know,
Yeah.
low toxin if you're the kind of person that
Yes.
allows space for that, you know. But
Yes.
it would be
Yeah.
great to have
It'd be
more
great. Yeah.
information on that. I remember
Yeah.
this. One sister in the comments tried to come for me about my makeup, right?
Oh gosh.
No, we're talking about all this holistic hair, you know, care,
Yeah.
eliminating toxins and yada yada.
Mm.
But here I am sitting with makeup on the camera, and so
Yeah.
the assumption was that the makeup is toxic. You know that the brands I'm using is toxic, and
Mm.
they are a combination. And then
Mm.
two, that live a completely toxin free lifestyle, and I've never said that.
That's
So
yeah, yeah.
I just educated her. I'm like, hey, oh, because she was always made it a point to say that she was relaxed. And I'm like, listen, you know, the content is for people who really want the knowledge so that they can make
Yeah.
more informed decisions.
Informed decisions. That's it.
No
Yeah.
one's here telling you what to do.
What to do? Mm.
Right. And so this is for me about, you know, managing or mitigating, you know, your toxin exposure all the way on up
Yeah.
to completely eliminating it if that's where you want to be. But
Yes.
yes, she wears her makeup and some of it
Mm.
is toxin free and some of it has a smidge of
Yes.
toxin. Just like
Exactly. Yeah.
people, you know, will
Mm.
eat fast food occasionally. Some people will do
Yeah.
that. We all get to
Yeah.
choose. I was like, but while you're
Mm.
here, I need you to go ahead and watch this video about these relaxer foods. And you know, well, because this is for about making informed decisions. Like, you know,
Yes, that's right.
run around and, you know, just abandon every synthetic toxic thing. I just
Yeah.
want you to know the health risks associated with it so that you
Yeah.
can take more informed decisions.
Informed decisions. Yeah. Yeah.
That's all.
That's it.
So if
Yeah.
you ever imagined a harmonious world, what would that look like for you?
Well, I think some might call me crazy, but I'm just gonna talk from my own personal point of view. I would absolutely love it if it would be great to no longer see Black women wearing other people's hair texture, the wigs, the weaves, even the extensions. It would just be so sometimes I picture a world where we're all just wearing our natural hair. And even if people had to, or they feel they need to, maybe because of health reasons why they want to wear a wig, I'd just love for it to be their own texture, because it's very rare to see Black women where I'm at the moment wearing their natural hair. And I would just absolutely love to see more of it. So that would be one thing. And I would love as well for more people to become plant-based and to maybe be using products that are biodegradable, you know, think about the planet as well. I feel as though a world like that would be a lot more harmonious, in my opinion.
I can see that because there's something about wearing your own hair and embracing your texture, even if it is in the form of an extension, that lends itself to a self-acceptance. And when we are in acceptance, we are more in harmony. We are more in agreement, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Are in cooperative, you know, energetic spaces, and not, you know, contention and competition and, you know, feeling negative about ourselves. Because I really believe that what you project outward is on the inside.
It is.
So if you're around feeling, you know, negative and not confident, then you're going to put that out onto other people. So if
absolutely
you're you know, you're feeling happy and loving and kind and affirming towards yourself, then that will also go out to other people. And I can see how that lends itself to harmony. And then I mean, come on, that's a no-brainer. Like, we don't want to be poisoning the planet with all stuff. Like, it's just, you know, but she is doing what she's always done, adjusting and adapting, you know, to the life here. And he's going to continue to do that. But it would be wonderful, like you said, if more of us humans had more consciousness about helping her along, you know, like not contributing so much to the problem.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, I love that answer. So is there anything else that you would like to share with the people? Any like things, events, offerings you have coming up?
Well, I mentioned it briefly before, but I am putting together a 5-part YouTube video series that's going to help women with type 4 hair to build their own holistic healthy hair regimen. So that will be up on my channel. I believe it starts on the 13th of July. So I'm going to be dropping an episode each week for 5 weeks. It was going to be 10 initially, but I thought I can't do 10. So it's 5 weeks. So it's going to be for 5 weeks. And and I'll also be selling my natural hair planner at I think in the middle of the series, then that will be launched as well. So yeah.
Awesome. I am looking forward to these offerings. I cannot wait. Where can we connect with you?
So my name on YouTube is Mindfully Rooted. I'm not currently on Instagram because I'm just putting my all into YouTube currently. So just YouTube Mindfully Rooted. And then I also have my website as well, which is www.mindfullyrooted.co.uk.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I have thoroughly enjoyed this conversation.
I really enjoyed this. And I can't thank you enough for even having me on here as a guest. It's been an absolute pleasure sharing this moment with you. I'm just really honored to have had this conversation with you. I'm really, really grateful.
You are so kind, and I'm grateful that you accepted the invitation, and the energy that I get from Miss Selena in the what is this chat studio, whatever we're calling it?
Yeah,
exactly the same as I see on the videos. Like, I love that. It just puts you at ease. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
First time that we're ever actually having a face-to-face. Like,
that's right. Yeah.
I love this. So I want to thank you all for joining us today for this conversation. With this segment, it is my goal to bring a positive, holistic, focused conversation to the natural hair space so that we all may have the most emotionally, physically, and spiritually healthy journey possible. Loving on and giving the best possible care to the hair that we were born with, and taking one step closer to living this earthly life as the highest version of our divinely created selves. So if you would like to join me for a conversation, please get in touch. And until then, we will see y'all on the next one. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Thank you.